Welcome to video 4. In the training, we have finished all the questions on the left side. Now I'm going to explain the right side and the notes at the bottom. So the numbers on the right side are what I call the base metric. These metrics are how I grade each player. And the goal was to get a baseline for the hitter and show the progression as they get better and continue with me. I show it to the parents, the players, and it gives me a place to see their improvement. So when you are grading each hitter, 5 is average. And I base my ratings based on the age bracket that they are in and what they look like. So the 9 options are balance, swing plane, extension, strike zone awareness, mechanics, bat speed, hand-eye coordination, consistency, and approach. And let's start with balance. As we know, balance is one of the most important parts of hitting. If the hitter is falling over on each swing, they will struggle big time in the game. So in that case, you want to give them a 1. If they are strong in their lower half and looking balanced, then they could be a 10. I usually throw BP and off-speed pitches to see how they adjust and what they do. And most hitters will not be a 10. To be honest, I have yet to give a 10. But if they are, give them a 10. The next option is swing plane. When it comes to the swing plane, I look to see if they get on plane. So I throw the ball up and I throw the ball low and I throw a ball away and throw it inside. If they are squaring all those pitches, or in other words, hitting them hard, then they can get a 10. If they struggle with all of these, then I give them a 1. And struggle with 2 or 3, then I give them a 5. You can do it the way you want to, you know, but that's just giving you a little idea on how I do it. Here's a tip. I try and throw the ball as hard as they are used to seeing. If you are just slowly throwing it up there, you may not get your accurate information. I try to, put it to game-like, as close as game-like as I can. The next one is extension. Now, after the swing plane, we talk about extension, and I look for, are they finishing their swing, or are they rolling over? I again throw pitches in, away, outside, inside, and middle. If they hit everything hard and the ball is on an upwards trajectory and they get extended, they get a 10. If they cut their swing off and roll over balls, then they get a 1. If they're hitting line drives 50-50, then they can get a 5. Here's a tip. I set up a camera and record them from the side. After I throw all those pitches and they take their reps, take their swings, then I look at the video to get my baseline opinion. So the next one is strike zone awareness. I intentionally throw baseballs off the plate to see if they swing or not. If they swing at pitches far off the plate, and I said far off in that sentence, then I would give them a 1. If they take those pitches and pitches that are up in the zone above their head, or lower in the strike zone, or far inside or away off the plate, then I would give them a 10. Again, I have yet to give someone a 10, but if they are a 10, give them the score. On another note, if they are 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, or very young age like that, then I will not include that baseline metric for them, because I want them to be in the mindset of swinging at the ball, because at this age, they will not swing because they're scared or timid. So I want them to be in swing mode. The next one is overall mechanics. You can gauge from one swing how their mechanics are. Although I usually do up to about 10 swings, but if they look like they never swung before, then they will get a 1. And if they're squaring balls up and hitting balls hard, then they will get a 10. You know when someone has an idea of what they're doing. Again, I've yet to give a person a 10 on this one, because you can always improve on overall mechanics, and I have yet to give someone a 1. The next one is bat speed. I look at each swing, and if they have quick hands, then I would give them a 10. And if they have a slow swing, then they will get a 1. If you have a radar gun, you can use their exit velocity to gauge them, but I would just keep it simple. Your eyes will tell you if they have bat speed. And the way the ball jumps off the bat, you'll know. The next one is hand-eye coordination. When I look at their hand-eye coordination, I throw different pitches in different locations and see how well they can get to those pitches. If they get to all of them, then I give them a 10. If they struggle on all of them, I give them a 1. I have yet to give someone a 1 though on my analysis of hitters. The next one is consistency. And this is like hand-eye coordination. I want to know how consistent they are in getting the barrel to the ball and hitting it hard. If they can get the barrel to the ball consistently, then I would give them a 10. But if they struggle, I would give them a 1. The last one is approach. And the way I do that is by asking them questions like, what are they looking for at the plate? I also do this by watching how their body moves and what pitches they can or can't hit. So those are the things I circle to get a baseline on the hitter. And when it comes to approach, if they're young, I just leave that one blank. So now let's go into the notes section. When it comes to notes, I write stuff down like the drills we did, the date, my thoughts, my recommendations. I just try and keep everything organized because when you're dealing with a lot of hitters, you can forget what drills and stuff you are working on for each hitter. So it allows me to keep track of what we are doing and why we are doing it. Then the next week, we can pick up from what we left off on and move forward. And that's the goal, keep moving forward. No matter where you're at right now, you can always move forward and get better. So I highly recommend you print this out and use this and get yourself better as a hitter. That sums up today's video. And in the next video, we'll walk through a hitter or two. I'm gonna tell you, how I go through it, and I'm just going to show you so you can have a better idea so you can use it for yourself. Okay, before we go, if you want to purchase the course, links are below. You have until the weekend to purchase the course to get the discount. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video.